What if I told you that a simple $2 item could save your dog from a heat stroke this summer? I'll reveal this killer hack at the end of the video, but before we dive in, let's be honest, summer caught us completely off guard. You know, like a white Christmas in Florida. Must be nice to be a casual dog owner whose biggest achievement is a lazy walk with a lap to the nearest Starbucks for a puppuccino, followed by sipping a cold craft beer under the AC. But it's a whole different story for those of us who were born with a restless soul and somehow got into dog sports and outdoor activities. For us crazy high-energy dog parents, we have to max out our creativity just to stay alive and keep our pups from overheating. So, let's talk about how to actually survive the heat. In any sport, there are training camps. In the dog world, we call them summer dog camps. They are rare, expensive, and you have to book them 6 months in advance. You literally sacrifice your only vacation of the year and drive for 12 hours straight. Yes, we choose to suffer and pay good money for it, all just to train under the best coaches for a few days and level up our skills. In a setup like that, you can't just say, well, it's a bit too hot today, and quit. That would be completely foolish, so we adapt. To keep our dogs safe and sound, we have to master the ultimate heat survival guide for working dogs, and today, I'm sharing it with you. I won't even mention having fresh water available 24/7, because I know my viewers are smart. First rule, do not shave double-coated dogs, especially not to the skin. No, they aren't suffocating in that fur coat. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The undercoat acts as thermal insulation. There's a reason Bedouins wear heavy robes in the desert. Under those layers, a stable microclimate is created. It works the exact same way for dogs. Shaving them actually increases the risk of sunburn and heat stroke. Nature spent a really long time designing dogs. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's still way better than some random guy with a trimmer and the "but she looks so hot" philosophy. Let's trust nature on this one. Second rule, brush them thoroughly. As I just mentioned, the undercoat helps dogs regulate their temperature, but it only works if it's clean and loose. When dead hair builds up and turns into a dense, compacted mat, this amazing piece of natural engineering starts acting like a clogged car radiator. Air stops circulating between the skin and the outer coat. Heat can't escape properly, and the dog overheats much faster. Third rule, stop pouring water all over your dog. They are not a houseplant. Wet fur doesn't always mean a cooled down dog, especially when it comes to double-coated breeds. Water often gets trapped in the outer layer and barely reaches the skin. As a result, you get a greenhouse effect. It's wet on top, boiling hot inside, and your dog gets a heat stroke. Instead, you can wet the hairless part of the belly, the armpits, and the paw pads. If you see that your dog is overheating and you need to take urgent action, wetting the paw pads is what gives the fastest and safest cooling effect. Fourth rule, it's not just the hot air that's dangerous, it's the direct sunlight. Always try to stay in the shade with your dog. Also, sudden temperature drops are no joke. If your dog is chilling at home with the AC set to 77 degrees, they are going to be absolutely shocked when they step outside into 104 degrees in the shade. While under the direct sun, it feels like a test run for a brand new, ultra-modern crematorium. Fifth rule, remember to check the pavement temperature. If it's too hot, move your dog to the grass. You can also use dog booties. Or, here is a pro tip, guys. Try using self-adhesive bandages loosely wrapped around their paws. Works like a charm. Sixth rule, cut down on food. Overweight dogs, or let's be honest, the chonkers, are at a much higher risk in the heat. And if you use treats for training, try freezing them beforehand. Pups love it. Seventh rule, thank God for cooling vests. Nowadays, you can easily order them on Amazon or Chewy. There are also cooling bandanas for both pets and humans, cooling blankets and mats. And yes, all of this stuff actually works. Which one is better or worse is not the point of this video. If you want to dive deeper into that, we can break it down next time. Eighth rule, cut down on physical exercise and increase mental stimulation. There's a common belief that smart dogs know when to stop. For example, that a border collie can regulate their own workload. Let's be real. A border collie regulates their workload about as well as an addict regulates their access to cocaine. Most working or high-energy dogs will keep running even when their body is literally ready to write a will. It is our job as owners to regulate their exercise. Back in the day, before there was such a wide variety of cooling gear for pets, we actually made it ourselves. The material we used back then for a DIY cooling vest is, believe it or not, synthetic chamois. Yes, you heard that right. That exact same car drying cloth sold at auto parts stores or on AliExpress. It's some kind of miracle fabric that holds water inside without leaking and stays cool for a very long time. Right now, I'm unboxing a special cooling vest made for highly sensitive and allergy-prone dogs. For this branded vest, the manufacturer claims it holds 8 to 10 times more moisture than regular materials. They say it's perfect for the most fragile, sensitive, or sick pets, as well as pregnant and nursing dogs. Why? Because it doesn't rely on gels or other chemicals. Its cooling power comes strictly from absorbing maximum water and letting it evaporate in the heat to cool down the dog. So, what do we actually see here? Do you see any difference? Yeah, me neither. It is the exact same type of fabric that I'm pulling out of this tube. Visually and to the touch, there is absolutely no difference. How do you securely fasten a rectangular piece of a car cloth onto a dog? Let me show you. Now, of course, branded pet apparel might use modernized, upgraded fabrics. But honestly, we relied on this car chamois hack for years, and it worked beautifully for us. This hack is a lifesaver if you're stuck in a situation where ordering a factory cooling vest is simply impossible. Like, you're on a long-distance road trip, in the middle of nowhere, driving your van through some deserted island. Haha! You just grab this car chamois and adapt it. Of course, don't forget to soak it in water, exactly like you would with that fancy branded vest that could easily cost you $50. Right now, someone out there might really need this information because the summer heat is brutal. Hit that like button to help YouTube spread this video so more dog parents can see it. Subscribe to get even more valuable tips and awesome hacks. Have a safe, cool summer, everyone, and keep smiling.